All right, everybody, it is December 29th, just a couple of days as we end 2022. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull out my Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Already at the bottom of the deck is the Sun card. So, Sun. So let's let's get some more cards here. I'm already being seen. What I'm hearing is this just a reflective state, looking back at our happiness, our unhappiness, considering our happiness maybe for the first time. It's a very reflective moment for us. Three of Wands, yes, a very reflective moment. Looking forward to the new year is what I see here with the Three of Wands. Oh, Empress. Empress, how lovely is that? This is power. This is like Lovers right here. This is power. This is... Oh my God. Oh, I'm just gonna... Oh. I just can't believe when shit like this happens. Like, guys, like, I'm not even... Okay, let's take this. Okay. I need to breathe. Very exciting. The Sun, Three of Wands, Empress. This is you. Actually, what was so significant there is that the Four of Swords is at the bottom of the Lovers that just kind of showcased itself to me. And I see this is you choosing not to choose right now. Instead, just being. You are choosing stillness here over having to be put in a position of making choices. Now, I'm not getting a fear of making choices here. I think you will once again activate and start moving in a particular direction, which is lovely. But what I'm seeing here for the time being is that right now, throughout this season, as you're going to usher in 2023, maybe for the next 3 months, 3 weeks to 3 months, you're simply going to take a back seat and allow everything to flow. You're going to see what comes to you. You're going to see what naturally is going to go away from you. And in that process, there's a level of surrender that takes place here. There's power, there's authenticity. Let me get my wand. I'm going to use my amethyst wand here. There's power, there's authenticity, there's confidence. You're okay with doing this. You're not going to be so fearful that you need to constantly just keep choosing, keep acting, keep saying, just to keep things moving along. You're okay with taking the back seat. I do feel like after a very exhausting and maybe exhilarating and beautiful 2022, when I say exhausting, I don't see it being negative. It's so much good happened that you just need to rest from it, essentially. I am seeing that you're choosing to now take the learnings and move forward from there. Understand that the Empress is a card of impregnation. Here, this is less a card about pregnancy and more so the opportunity for you to internalize your learnings right now and then proceed forward. It's actually quite a powerful position here. And it takes 9 months to create a child. So being pregnant is one thing. To be able to hold that energy within you is another. And I see you entering that incubation period where you now know that a new you is about to be reborn. So you're going to give that new you the opportunity to fully form. And that's coming at not choosing, but seeing how things flow. And I love that. And then what happens here is, oh Lord, I was picking this up in the Three of Swords here. There is an Emperor figure connected to you going through a lot of heartbreak. But we're going to get to him in a second. Can't focus on these fuckers all the time. So let's look more into this energy for you. Again, I want to say, I'm not really channeling this as a masculine, as a feminine thing. I want to be clear. But with the Empress and the Emperor here, I am getting very twin flame vibes. It's a divine counterpart message for sure, for those of you who connect with it. The first thing, what I just heard is surprise union. Like, and this doesn't necessarily mean that union is happening in the physical. It's like suddenly you both align energetically in a way that even comes as a shock to you. So the energies are fluid at this point, so identify as you wish. Okay, way too many cards. Hermit. Okay, that's that incubation phase. That's you taking back that energy and going within. It's an energy of claiming back power. I'm not saying that you necessarily lost your power here, although for many of you, you could have been overexerting yourself by giving away too much to somebody, and now you're in a position to kind of, you know, reel it back in. I see this as a very good thing, you know? World, that's the end of the year. Ace of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful confirmation that this is exactly what you need to do. So if you're resonating with this part of the reading, I'm seeing that you're really being called to go inward. And I think you need to stay inward right now. So when the world comes about during this time of year for me, it really does signify the end of the year. And I'm seeing here as the year closes and as you usher in the new year, you're going to be really filling your cup, resting, replenishing, thinking, planning, and all from a very productive space of how can I honor my needs first and then move towards taking care of others, if that's the case. I'm also being given a little bit of a warning is that allow this incubation period to play out the way it needs to. This just doesn't mean that it ends on December 31st and starting January 1st, you're a whole new person. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks and a couple of months to let this go through. And that's why I very intentionally called out 3 weeks to 3 months, this incubation period. Okay? Especially with the Sun and the Empress here giving me like spring vibes. What are we learning during this time? How to maintain a bigger perspective, how to be creative and passionate, and how to put our needs first, and how to listen to our intuition. Wheel of Fortune. So it could be that cycles are wrapping up for you. This is quite a strong, with the world and the wheel here, I'm seeing this is quite a strong karmic cycle completion. You may have felt like you have started or ended many different cycles, but when the pain and the wounds are really deep, you have to let go of them multiple times. And sometimes that takes place in the energies of having to experience a certain emotion again, right? But I do, with the world and the Wheel of Fortune here, I do see a strong wrap-up of cycles. This old way of being really is ending this year. This idea of overgiving, a lack of self-prioritization, this idea of not resting enough, this idea of not taking care of your needs first, like that is really ending here. Okay? And I do, with the fact that the Emperor came up here, I am seeing that many of you could be learning this in relation to somebody else. It could be your parents, the Emperor and the Empress. It could be a marriage that you're in. It could be a relationships in general. Okay? Now, I don't want to focus too much on this masculine because this is the energy that I see many of you are sitting in, and this is the energy that we want to honor. This is external to us. Okay? This is what's happening within. This is where the universe wants you to focus. It's good to know what's happening externally, yes, but I don't want us to focus on it. But I can see here that in Capricorn season, as we play out with Capricorn season, and don't forget that Mercury retrograde is happening in Capricorn right now, there's lots of communication and realizations coming to this person about relationships too, potentially with you and others. With the Devil also here, I'm seeing that this masculine figure, okay, this Emperor, however you identify, has gone through the ringer of karmic connections, potentially with their parents, their family, and with other lovers. And they have just repeatedly gone through cycles of toxic behavior and disappointment and breakups and endings. But with the Ace of Swords and the Three of Swords here, I'm seeing that there's this element of truth that has entered the picture where this energy, this Emperor energy, this masculine energy is realizing what they've needed to finally acknowledge from these connections. They may not have been able to with you. Just seeing how this journey is playing out, it could be that you are going through this in relation to this figure, okay? But I am seeing that this masculine Emperor energy here is finally starting to understand the purpose of this connection and others. I feel like this masculine energy here has lived life unconsciously and may not have valued your connection and the connection of others at the time, but here it seems to be changing. The reality of it seems to be hitting, and just with the way that I've channeled this card signals to me that this masculine is slowly, maybe not so slow, but is ending this cycle as well. Now understand, sometimes as cycles end, they repeat as they end, okay? So I just want to put that out there, okay? It isn't just this clean cut ending. Sometimes they repeat. But something beautiful is happening here, and I'm thinking that this masculine is starting to awaken to the error of their own ways. Let's look at this masculine here. Way too many cards. The one that flipped up was the Chariot. I believe this is the card of 2023, by the way, because 2 is 4 plus 3 is 7. So 2023, all those numbers add up to a 7, and that's a Chariot card in the tarot deck, which is movement forward, a balance between light and dark, knowing your light and dark side, and moving forward with the possibilities of the universe here. So this masculine is moving forward. It's beautiful. This card came out too. Page of Wands, Queen of Swords. You know, when I look at this masculine is really reeling in the disappointment of the end of this connection. I think they regret their actions. And there is going to be slow but steady movements toward you. But this Queen of Swords isn't your resistance towards this masculine figure nonetheless. It is just you choosing to end what needed to end in 2022 and looking for the future. And now you're moving forward with this truth, with the sword of truth and authenticity, which is good. This masculine will have that sword soon too, but right now they're taking steps to get here. So let this play out the way it needs to. What I'm hearing is surprise union. And it seems to me that whether this union happens in the physical or not, just like I was shocked with the way these cards came out, surprise union to me is that you're both aligning, just in different ways.